Hello, my community of educators. Let me welcome you to another in the series on technology. Right here, we have Strategy Sunday, where we are looking at actionable tips that will help you to go through your work week. We're also looking at how you can use these tips given to strategize yourself for becoming a better practitioner in the classroom and also to enhance the teaching learning experiences for our students. We have been looking at technologies in the classroom, and so today we have with us Master Teacher Mrs. Lisa Morgan, and she'll be sharing with us on emerging technologies in the classroom and how we can utilize them to help our students to become better in grasping content that we are sharing with them as educators. Let us have her.
Everyone, I am Lisa Morgan, a home economics teacher. And for me, I'm always just looking for new and emerging technologies to enrich the teaching and learning experience. And I'm going to encourage you to also do the same. Just play around, experiment, be curious, and be creative, right? As educators, we want to ensure that we're on par with technologies and to be in a position to effortlessly navigate various tools, various apps, various media, so as to ensure the teaching and learning process is an engaging one, right? It's important, it's imperative that we are innovative, right? We have to be creative as educators now to deliver information, right? Because we're dealing with children who are interacting with technology on a day-to-day basis. They have their smartphones. So we have to start thinking, how do I harness the usage of this device to my fullest advantage, right? So bear that in mind. You also want to bear in mind when using new and emerging technology, it is important to think of tools that can be utilized in a synchronous, meaning learning that is taking place in real time, right? You also want to think of learning that can take place in an asynchronous approach, meaning, that learner-centered, that self-paced approach. So there are times when your internet is failing, and in my neck of the wood, it fails a lot. So you want to think of tools that you can use to give homework, assignments, and students can maybe get a period of time to get it done without the pressures of having to do it now in real time, because you have to be mindful that there are glitches in technology. All right, so bear that in mind. So as educators, we want to ensure that we develop the pedagogy for an ICT-rich environment where there is the integration of technology and digital media in lessons, so to create a more flexible and self-paced approach to the whole teaching and learning process, right? So when using various technology, be mindful, colleagues, be mindful of your role as a facilitator. That role is now amplified, right? You want to also ensure that students use the constructivist approach. You want to become creative, and you want them to become analytical thinkers. So I'll be sharing with you a few of the tools that I've been playing around with. And notice that I mentioned playing around with, and I'm also experimenting with these tools. And I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Just play around, just experiment, just have fun. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, all right? So look at this one. I'm just going to give you a summary of some of the tools. And I've used a lot, but I just put a few together just to give you an idea. So emerging and innovative technologies. So the summary says we're looking at infographics, PlayPosit, Spiral AC, Nearpod, Video Scribe, Animoto Pose, Jeopardy, and Flipgrid. And for the first one, infographics, you want to appeal to those students who are visual learners, because you want to think about meeting the needs of all learners in your class. So whatever tools you're thinking of, try and cater to all 4 different learning types. So the infographics that I have here, I did this presentation that I'm showing to you. This is an infographics example. So I went to Canva and I created it. So you want to think of that visual representation of information. And bear in mind, we want to be content creators, right? We can find so many content in other areas. We need to be able to find content in our area. So we're encouraging teachers to be content creator and developer, all right? So infographics is all about representing information in a visual way, and you can use it for comparing and contrasting information. You want to outline pointers step by step. So you didn't cake making, you want to do step by step how to create your recipe. You want to look at different, for example, tools you're going to use, and you want to say, okay, use this tool for this, that, etc., etc. It depends on you. The sky is the limit. PlayPosit is a web and Chrome-based tool that lets teachers create and edit interactive video. It's the word interactive. So you want to get them involved. You don't want to just send them a video and say, watch this. You want to get them involved at each step of the way. All right, so that is important. So that's infographics, that's PlayPosit. Talk about Flipgrid. You're creating grids where your students can actually collaborate with you, and they can have discussions with you and you can have them uploading it on various topics, and your classroom will just burst into activity because everybody's now giving and sharing their views on a particular topic. Trust me, feel around with it, have fun with it. You're gonna love Flipgrid. All right. One of the other ones that I've come across recently, and I realized, wow, this is a keeper, is Video Scribe. Think about creating animations on a whiteboard. And bear in mind, you can upload your content, your picture, you can do voiceover on it. So you're actually creating your own your topic, your context, and your culture. Isn't that awesome? So go look. Remote is another great tool for videos. You can do voiceover again. You can interject clip, music, slideshows. Lots of persons say that Spiral AC is a learning management system. Not really. It's more of a suite collaborative learning. So you can do videos, you can interject videos and have students answering questions. I played around with it recently and I'm realizing, wow, this is an awesome tool. So check it out. And who doesn't like a good game of Jeopardy? Good old Jeopardy, right? You interject your questions, you have different topics in your area, right? And you just have a blast. Get all creative and interject the Jeopardy music. Why not? Just have fun with it and let the students have fun. I've used it and trust me, it is a keeper, definite keeper. Now polls. Polls, you want to find out information, snap up the finger, polls is a great tool to have. So I've used poll everywhere. I've used poll in Nearpod. I've used polls on the Zoom platform here. Yes, this one has polls. So play around and have polls because something you just want that feedback and you want it right away. Polls is a great way to gather data. And Nearpod. Now, Nearpod is a very interactive tool for me. And possibly think of. So this is the one I'm going to just focus on very briefly, and then I want you to go and find videos and play around with it, explore it with it some more, just have fun with it. And I'm going to just stop sharing this and just jump right into a brief presentation on Nearpod. All right, so what is Nearpod? Sure, I've been hearing that a lot. Maybe I've been seeing a lot of videos on it. So let me just go quickly into Nearpod. And bear in mind, I want you to go and explore. You hear the word, just go on YouTube. YouTube is the best teachers. My favorite teacher, YouTube. Anything I'm not sure of, YouTube is the key to unlocking all that. All right, let's go. So at the end of this lesson, I want you to be able to create your own free version of Nearpod account. Your own account, good? I want you to create a simple lesson using Nearpod, and I want you to be able to collaborate using Nearpod. Now, Nearpod is an online student engagement platform, and it has a vast array of resources. Look at the keyword engagement. You want to have them engaged at each step of the way. You can use it for teaching, you can use it for assessment, right? You want to ensure that you use it to connect with your student, and you can connect with them, as I said, you can do it synchronously, which is in real time, or you can do it asynchronously. You can give them homework, right, etc. So let me tell you what I personally think about, and this is just my view. I think of Nearpod as a combo deal. Yeah, you go KFC, right? You go combo. In this way, Nearpod for me is a combo deal. Why is it a combo deal? Simple. It's simple, colleagues. I can do polls in Nearpod. Did I say polls? Yes, in Nearpod. I can do collaborative boards. Yes, Nearpod. I can do quizzes, right? I can do virtual learning, virtual reality, slide decks, you name it, Sway, create awesome, did I say create awesome videos? Yes, Nearpod. And I'm telling you, you're gonna have a blast of a time with it. So just play around with it and listen, just the free version, the silver edition version, you have quite an array of information. And if you want the bells, all the bells and whistles that come with Nearpod, go and sign up for the gold edition. And trust me, you're gonna love it. It's a keeper, all right? Now, Nearpod. I want to show you quickly how to sign up for Nearpod. So go to nearpod.com, here it is, and you're gonna click on sign up for free. Don't we all love free teachers? Do I have some witness in the house? Oh yeah, free. And free, not just free, but free and very good, right? So you make sure you sign up for free teachers and you click up right here for the teachers part. Now, if you're a student, then you're gonna sign up, have your students just sign up as a student using that red checker or that red box, but we're working on teacher. All right. Now, I normally sign up everything I'm doing with Google. So I click on Google right here. Good. Now, if you're going to send this a lesson out to your students, you're going to have the student sign up as a student, and you're going to send them the code, and they'll interject the code right here for the student section of it. So once you have signed up with Google, you are inside your Nearpod account. Bear in mind that, right? You want to ensure that you are unlocking the understanding of the student's understanding of a particular lesson. All right. Now I'm now on my Nearpod page, my library. Good. And if you notice, you can do collaboration, you can do games, right? And you're just gonna have fun. Now, this is my favorite button on the platform. It's called Create. Here it is. It's a keeper, Create, because you want to do awesome lessons, right? So Create is a button you definitely want to bear in mind. And then, as teachers, we want to organize, we want to keep ourselves organized. And you want to ensure that you put your information in there. And teach a lot of levels, different levels. So you want to ensure that you keep your information organized. All right, so once you have created a lesson, then it shows up in your library. All right, but enough talk. I'm just going to quickly and briefly go through, demonstrate to you how to create a simple lesson using Nearpod. So let's practice. Can we do this? Yes, I'm hearing you saying, yes, we can. And I love that. Great job. All right, so let's get into it, colleagues. So I'm going to show you my Nearpod account. Here I am let me go back. And I'm going to show you quickly how to go and set up your own easy free account. So bear in mind, you'd have signed up your account now, and I hope you're able to join me. So I'm clicking on my very favorite button, which is create. So let's go. So I'm going to create a lesson. All right. And it's coming up. And bear in mind, you want to think ahead of time what lesson you want to create. Good. So you're going to be adding slides. So you can, for example, put in a title here. So let's call this cake making. Let's call it cake making too, because I have another cake making one on it already. So I'm going to click add content and activities. Good. Now look under content, just content alone, my colleagues. You can create video. And by the way, it's not just regular video. It's video that is interactive. You can interject your questions in it. If you want to get videos that you would have created on your desktop, uploaded, you can. And you can interject your questions. It's all about making that lesson align to your context, your curriculum. That's important. And you want to also have it in the right context that suits the needs of the students. And you also want to bear in mind their pace. You want to pace their learning, and you want to think about their aptitude levels. You want to meet all those needs and a lot more. So you can curtail and tailor your lesson to fit the needs of your specific students. All right, so I can do slides. I can go online and find content. I can do 3D. I can do simulations. I can interject an audio file. So say, for example, I have an Audacity file I created. I can, interject it. You can do slideshow. You can create sway, video, virtual field trip. This is awesome. And you can also do your PDF files. Then for activities now, look at activities, colleagues. Wow. It's like I went to a candy shop and I'm seeing all these different candies and I don't know which one to choose, right? Remember, I told you it's a combo deal. So this is it. So you can do time to climb. So that's all about games. You can open any question. You can do matching. You give them a quiz. Remember, I spoke about fifth grade and you have that video that students can create and, present on a particular topic. Yes, it's here. Here, you can also do a memory test. Fill in the blank. And here again, polls. So it's like a one-stop shop for everything, right? We can do collaborative boards. So if you are the type that love to do Padlet, where you have students collaborating on that space, here you have it again. So everything is in one place. You want students to do how to join? Here it is. So let's say, for example, I'm going to go back to content because I want to create something on cake making. So I'm clicking on video and I'm trying to think of something nice for cake making I want to present to the students on. Now, it's important that you have a plan and work the plan. So bear that in mind. So you want to do cake making. What are the other objectives you want to accomplish for this lesson? So you can get videos from the library here at Nearpod. You can go on YouTube. You can also upload a video from your computer. All right. So I like to go on YouTube. All right. So I'm going to click YouTube and I'm going to search for cake making. All right, click enter. And you have quite an array of videos coming up. One good things I like, you can actually click on the video and see if you actually like this video. So I'm clicking on it and I can play it before I decide to choose. So I'm gonna click on play. Now let me share my sound with you.
I've been waiting all my life for something.
Nice. All right, so I like this one. So I'm going to click. I'm going to the bottom right of my screen and I'm going to click save. Click on save because I like this video. Good. And then once I have this video, I can think of questions that I want to interject in the video. So it's good to watch the entire video and then you can think of specific questions you'd want to interject in the video. So let's say at the start of this video, because I've not gotten a chance to really watch it, but I want to interject a question. So I'm going to click at the bottom that says Adaptivity. Click Adaptivity. So before the video even start, I want to add a question. So I'm going to click on an open-ended question. Okay. So my question is, what is your favorite type of cake? Bingo. What is your favorite type of cake? And I'm at the bottom right of my screen, save. Good. So there's my question. So I'm going to go further here and I'm going to just type in another question. So I'm going to click. Click add a question, add activity, sorry. So this time I'm going to put in a multiple choice. So it could be, what is your favorite method? Cake. Favorite method for making cake. All right, question. Put in your question. Question mark. Oh. So to Nearpod. Nearpod.com. This is a great way to show you how to sign up. All right, so sorry about that. All right. Nearpod.com. And it's coming up. So you do have glitches at time, all right? So I'm gonna since I would have signed up already, I'm gonna log in at the top, all right? Make sure you're seeing my screen. I'm gonna stop share. And I'm gonna go back. So I want you to see my screen. All right, so I started creating a Nearpod and it accidentally went off. I apparently clicked it out. Well, I'm going to show you from scratch again what to do. All right, so bear in mind, we're looking at cake making. You also want to think of the objectives you want to ensure you cover for this particular lesson and just have a plan in place so that you can meet those objectives at the end of the day. All right. So I'm going to log in. Log in with Google, right? And while you're doing that, bear in mind you still want to have your plan in place. Good. So here I am back in my lesson. So if you notice, it did an auto save, which is good. So I'm going to edit my changes that I was making. Great. So we'll just pick up from where we left off. Isn't that awesome? And that's something I'm happy in a sense happened because you see that, let's say electricity went, anything could have gone wrong and you'd have lost your video or your document. You can just jump right back in. All right, so let's go. So I'm going to add content. Click on video. Here it comes. And bear in mind, I saw one that I liked already, so I'm just going to click on it. So I'm going to go to YouTube this time again. Click on cake making. Press enter. And wait for it. Here it comes. Here it comes. Good. I saw and I liked it, so I'm just going to click on save. All right, so in interest of time, I'm just going to add one question, right? Just to show you. So I'm going to just put along here. Adaptivity. What was the question I had again? What is your favorite cake? Let's do that. What is your favorite cake? All right, good. Question mark. All right, and it's open-ended, so they'll just put their answer. And you can always go ahead and play your video, interject another activity. Let's say I do a quick multiple choice this time. So you'd have watched the video. So I'm just going to just say, in this video, the cake method used was. So let's just pretend we have watched the video, all right? All right, so let's say we had creaming and we had melted. All right, so let's say the answer was creaming. Make sure you highlight the one that you think is correct. If you want to add additional options, you click add answer. But I'm good with 2, so I'm going to click at the bottom right of my screen, save. All right, so let's say I want to trim the video. I don't want all of it playing. I'll just trim, click on trim at the bottom right, and I'm going to trim at the back end of the video. All right, there I am. Click on trim. There it is, and I'm clicking at the bottom right, save. Good. So it's just going to play that trimmed version with those 2 questions. Bear in mind, I want to keep my students engaged and energized at every level. So let's do one more quickly. On the content, you can always go online and find content. So let's say I go in a browser and I type in cake, methods of cake making. Right, enter. All right, so I like this one. Click on it. Okay, great. So I want students to know about the different methods. So I'm going to highlight, Control C, copy that URL, and I'm going to paste it in my slot for that. So Control V. You want to test the link before you submit. So click on test. Wow, it's working. You're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the bottom right and click save. Good. So I want students to gather information on that. Quickly, let me do an activity this time. So I could say I want students to draw something. I click on draw it, and I could say draw tool, for example, that you use in cake making. Draw a tool in cake making. Great. And at the bottom, I can click save. If you want to also give them a time to complete it, you can. So let's say you want to give them 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. So let's and you can interject the time, you can change it, it's up to you. Good. All right, so let's do that. All right, I want to give them enough time based on the particular tool that you have selected. You want to give them enough time to do their thing. Click add, and at the bottom right, I'm going to click on save. So they get a chance to do some artwork. So you're catering to those persons who love to draw. I'm going to add one more. So let's say you want to have a live discussion in your class. Click activities, go to collaborate board. So you want to have them discussing and talking back to you. And bear in mind, you're using it for face-to-face class, but you can also use this to get it done at home. So the topic we're looking at is cake making. Good. And you can put in, for example, which is your favorite method, cake making method? Right. And you put anything you want to put inside here. All right, so some people spell favorite without the U. And you can choose from your array of styles. So let me choose this style. All right, and then I'm gonna go to the bottom right and I'm clicking on save. All right, so that's the lesson I'm creating. And bear in mind, I can create as many slides as I want. Because think of you having a list for the entire week, 4 or 5 sessions, so you can flex it. All right, so now that I'm finished creating my lesson on this particular topic, I go to the bottom right and I'm gonna click save and exit. All right, so I've exited, good. Now, let's say I wanna send this to my students. It's coming up on my, I wanna send it to my which is, I'm gonna actually go ahead now and show you how to do that. I also wanna show you how to have that live discussion on the Zoom. So I'm gonna click, I want to have that asynchronous approach, click on student paste. Good, here's the code they have. And here I can decide how I wanna send the link. So I can send them an email, social link, I can embed it. If I have a Google Classroom, I can just get it into that classroom. So I can decide how I want it done, and then I can choose how long a time frame I want to get it done. So let's say I put it to May 20th. I click on apply. Good. And I make sure the students have the code at hand to get the job done. And then I close out of this. So I make sure that I give them the code and I give them the link and the duration, the period they have to complete it. All right, so let's say we want to do it here and now. I'm having a Zoom class online with my students and I want them to do the lesson. I'm going to click live participation plus Zoom. And then I'll ensure that I tell my students to go on to nearpod.com, sign up as a student, and I'm going to give them the code and they should ensure that they jump into my class. So here is the code. All right. So once that I've had them all signed up, I can start my lesson. I like when I'm having this approach, I use teacher plays because I want them to look on my screen and then they're going to respond to me using their device. So once that I've clicked on teacher plays, I click on continue and I'm going to start the lesson. What is your favorite cake? And the students will be coming up on that list. They put in their answers and once everybody's through, I click on next, that forward arrow. Then we can have a discussion surrounding the various types, various methods used for cake making. And this will also come up on their device as well. That's a good thing. So once I'm skipping page or slides, they're also doing it on their device. So you keep them engaged at all times, and that is so important. All right. Then you want them to draw, you want to get them involved. You want to see who are the persons who are actually involved in your lesson. Have them draw tools, you give them the timer, and they're drawing, and you have a discussion with them. You could interject, for example, John, what is it you're drawing? Tell me. What do you use this particular tool to do? And you have that discussion going and it's very engaging. Isn't this an awesome tool? And then you move forward now and you can also now jump in and have a discussion. It says this is a collaborative. Like to have students comment before. I normally say no because I would have to, if I have 50 students, I'll have to approve all 50 and it can be time consuming. So you just encourage students to practice etiquette and to just be respectful online. So they'll type in what is their favorite method used in cake making, and you have a blast of a time in your class. You keep them engaged. You can see right away, okay, I have 20 students in my class. I'm only seeing 18. Where is John? Where is Mary? Get them involved, get them engaged. So again, teachers, I hope you learned something. This is an awesome tool I've been playing around with, and there are many other tools I want to go and just explore. Just have fun, be creative, be open-minded, be there's nothing wrong with trying. Just keep trying until you get it. And I always tell my colleagues, don't be afraid to ask for help. Ask other colleagues for help. I've been asking around for help as well. And it's a learning moment for all of us. I hope you learned something and I wish you all the best in teaching. Just remember, have fun and the sky is the limit. Thank you so much. Nearpod, Flipgrid, Infographics. These are some of the awesome new and emerging tools that are out there. Go on YouTube, play around with them, and just have fun. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day and walk good.
Wow. Wasn't that just awesome? She gave us valuable information, educators, not just sharing with us how they can be utilized in the classroom, but actually walk through tips as to how we can set up and how we can plan our lessons to integrate the use of Nearpod and also other technologies that should have been discussing in the content. Now, educators, if you would like to hear more valuable information like this, why not go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you have not yet subscribed? And for those who have subscribed and you are always watching and providing us with your feedback, I want to thank you wholeheartedly for your support. And if by any means you have an educator or a colleague or maybe a parent who have not yet subscribed or you'd like to get them to get on and get this valuable information, you can go ahead and share this link with them and share the video as well. You can share it also in your school community to get more educators to be logged on and getting valuable information. I am Carla Boswell-Lewis, Director for Strategic Educational Consultancy Services. The only mission is to empower you, educators. Have a great week ahead.